We are back for another week of talking ball. Welcome to Beyond the Spread or the Bryce Budcast. I am Bryce Bud, short for Badaris, but nevertheless, we got some games to talk about. We got last week to talk about. First off, happy Thanksgiving. You celebrate, you don't. Happy Thanksgiving. It is what it is. Go eat some stuffing. I think turkey's overrated. That's maybe a hot take. I'm more of a ham guy or non-traditional food on holidays. Why should I have to eat turkey or ham, on certain holidays? I can eat that year round. It's like stuffing. It's a stuffing take. I wish stuffing was more regular. I really do. Could you imagine going to a restaurant? I don't know, just a normal restaurant, having like stuffing on the side just on a casual spring afternoon? It'd be amazing. It would be absolutely amazing. But you know what? Turkey's overrated. I like my turkey a little darker. I like my ham a little sweeter. Whatever. You put good food in front of me, I'm going to eat it. That's just the way it is. Happy Thanksgiving to those who celebrate. If not, enjoy Thursday. What do you do? What do you do? It's Thursday. It's Thanksgiving. What are you going to do? Just hang out? Do you guys do anything special? You guys just sit there and just the world's celebrating a holiday. Or not even the world. America's celebrating a holiday. I don't know. I don't know. Happy Thanksgiving. Let's talk about last week real quick. We have. I went 4-4 in my college picks. Not bad. Broke even. I mean, a couple bad ones. Indiana. I mean, that first half, I thought they were hanging around. I mean, I thought they were keeping it close. I really did. I mean, they were getting their ass pushed around a little bit, but that first half, they kept it close. And the second half, it was Ohio State. What we expect Ohio State to be year in and year out, game in and game out. That was Ohio State football right there. Ole Miss, that sucks your ass. Because, that was it. That was their legitimate chance. And part of me thinks Lane Kiffin's gone now just because he's losing his quarterback who he's had for 2-3 years now. He sat behind, what was his name? He shattered his leg in the bowl game a couple years ago. I don't know. But is Lane Kiffin out? Does he leave? Does he get he's not going to get bought out. I think he's going to stay, or if that Florida job opens up, I think he's the front runner. I really, really do. I was thinking of another one. I forgot which other one. LSU, Brian Kelly, maybe. I don't hate that. Well, imagine. I'd be okay with Lane going to LSU. That'd be cool. If anyone's going to get that program turned around, Brian Kelly's doing an okay job. I just don't like the guy. He's just too big for his britches. I get it. He wins wherever he goes, but it's just he thinks he's the best thing since fucking sliced bread. I don't know. Maybe he turns around. Maybe I change my tune on Brian Kelly, but I don't think I ever will because I didn't like him at Notre Dame either. He just rubs me the wrong way. You know what? Kudos. He's a good football coach, but just not for me, man. What else? Notre Dame blows out Army. That was one of my picks. I had Army. What was it? 17.5, 14.5. I was like, Army's gonna keep this close. No, I forgot. This is football and not the military academy. Should have saw that one coming. Hand up. That's on me. Bama. I have Bama. Ha, ha, ha written down. I just want to be on record that when you go back into this last week's episode and you go back to my picks that I was talking about this Bama-Oklahoma game, I had Oklahoma. And I switched it. I just went on record that I switched it to Bama, and I'm an idiot. I should have stuck with my gut. I should have been like, I know Oklahoma can keep this close. I know that defense can keep this close. But Bama's defense to give up 24 to a shitty-ass Oklahoma offense? Sure. And then Bama to only score 3 points for 4 quarters? That is hilarious. I understand Oklahoma's head coach, guy was at Clemson, forgot his name. I understand he's a defensive coach, and I understand that he knows how to play Bama. I totally get that. Or just, get his team hyped up for things like this. 3 points. DeBar, Kalen DeBar whatever his name is, 3 points. I mean, that's not good. That is not good. Where do you go from there? 3 points? You scored 3 points against Oklahoma, who's not even ranked anymore. They've been in a quarterback carousel. I get it. Defense, keeps you around, keep you in things. But 3 points? You're telling me 3 points? Jalen Milroe is in the Heisman race for 3 points? That's tough. That's super tough. Georgia didn't lose, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's really all I have from last week. We got... Well, how do we want to do this? All right, we'll just go down. So we just did college football recap. We'll do a little NFL recap. I went 7-6 in my picks. We got across the finish line. We're up. We're doing good. There were a couple games I was like, I'm an absolute idiot for taking that. Browns won outright. Steelers, the Steelers are what I thought they were. I just caught them at the wrong time. I've had the same tune about the Steelers. I don't think they're how do I phrase? I think they're good, but they're not going to do anything impressive. They might win a football game in the playoffs if they make the playoffs, but which I think they're scheduled. I think so. But that's about it. They're going to win maybe one game and then they're going to lose. I mean, you put any pressure on Russ, he's going to throw a moonball deep, or he's going to try to get out of the pocket and make a miraculous play. That's just not his game. He is a hand the ball off 15, 20 times a game and then take his couple shots, and that's about it. He'll hit a couple deep ones. He's not going to hit the under route. He's not going to check it down. If he has time, he's going to try to force something in. That is who the Steelers are, and that's who Russell Wilson is. Don't get me wrong, the Steelers have a great defense. But they are not a Super Bowl caliber winning team. They're not. And you know what? If they do even if they make the Super Bowl, if they make the AFC Championship, I'll swallow these words. I will do something. I'll do a punishment to myself. But it's just like there's no way. I don't see it. And crazier shit has happened, but I don't think it'll happen. I feel this strongly. But the Browns won that game. It was a very interesting game. Snow game. I loved watching it. Awesome. Bucks beat the shit out of the Giants. Who knew Tommy DeVito wasn't good? I did. I don't think that's a big shocker, if I'm being honest. Baker's a dog. Mike Evans is back. Bears almost beat the Vikings. Tough one. Caleb Williams actually looked okay. Like, he was getting the ball out. I think Caleb Williams is going to be good. It's just the pieces around him. I mean, sometimes they look alive, sometimes they don't look alive. Sometimes you're like, oh, this team has potential. Other times I'm like, okay, it's just Caleb Williams. Fire everyone, get rid of everyone, and restart. I guess that's why they call it a rebuild, but nevertheless, I think again, they're headed on the right track. I really do. I think they're going to be fine. Long term, they're going to be fine. Right now, it just sucks. Just keep going, Caleb. Cowboys beat the Commanders. This one was so funny because you look up and you're like, oh, okay, it's a close game. Commanders are going to pull it away. No. Commanders score that touchdown with Terry McLaurin. Kicker misses the extra point. Cowboys go up 1, and then the Commanders kick an onside. Guy picks it up, scoops and scores it. I think there's like 30 seconds left in the game or something like that. They try to throw a Hail Mary or try to get a Hail Mary range. Doesn't work out. Cowboys beat the Commanders. Cooper Rush, that defense, all the right things happen for Dallas. Division rivals, kind of. Who knows? The Eagles are winning that division easily. Giants are dead. Cowboys are on life support. Commanders are frisky, and the Eagles are legit. I'm glad I never sold my stock on Bryce Young. Let's just get that out of the way right now. We'll talk about the Panthers real quick. I'm glad I held on to it because I think if you go back and look at some of those throws, I watched a clip the other day. He was dropping dimes left and right. Is it a quick? He's making a quick read. He's like, if it's not here, or this position's here, that position's there, I'm throwing it here. He's just reading that real quick. He's not scanning the field. If you really look at it, he's not scanning the field. He's making good throws, which is great to see. Because for a while there, it was like, ooh, Bryce Young is probably out of the league. Maybe they're going to trade him. Maybe they're like, okay, Bryce, go somewhere or try to get traded. Maybe this is why he's, he might get traded. He's trying to rise his own stock. Maybe. I don't know. So look, I'm holding Bryce Young stock as long as I possibly can. But the Chiefs, what are the Chiefs? There's two theories out there, and I'd like to float them past you. One, they're just not good. Well, let me rephrase that. Not good is not the right answer. It's they are what we see. They're keeping it close because they're just playing that brand of football. You go against the Chiefs every week, you're making money. I mean, that line was 10.5, 13.5, somewhere around there. Or the Chiefs are kind of just playing with their food right now. That's the other theory out there. I lean towards the first theory, if I'm being honest. I'm wrong. The Chiefs are good. The Chiefs are going to be good if they have Patrick Mahomes. That defense is legit. Their weapons on offense are suspect. Isaiah Pacheco, did he play this week? I don't even know if he played this week. I know he was supposed to be. I know he's practicing. But it's like, what are the Chiefs? What are they? I just don't think that. Here's what I think. I'm not going to say that they can't win the Super Bowl 3 times in a row, but or that they won't, I guess. But can they? I think if they go up against anyone in the playoffs, which sucks that they're going to have probably home field advantage in a lot of it, it's like you have to go to Kansas City, you have to go play in Arrowhead, which I think they're beatable right now. They're beatable. They're a beatable team. You have to play really good football, and you have to, have a 10-point lead going into, the 2-minute warning, or even probably more than that. So I don't know. The Chiefs are fucking weird to me. They're really weird, because it's like, what are they? They're good, but then you go up and you're like, they almost lost to the Panthers. How are they good? Are they just messing around? Like, I think that's what it is. And then when it gets to the playoffs, it's a whole new playbook, and everyone knows these plays. It's just, what do I don't know. They're 10-1. Don't apologize for being 10-1. You're a good football team. I will say that. But let's keep moving. Bo Nix is him. We have we have the guy. He's going to be offensive rookie of the year. I'm kind of mad I didn't place a bet on him. I think it was like week 4 or 5. He was like plus 1,400. Now he's plus 140. Jaden Daniels is still the betting favorite right now at minus 140. So that kind of sucks. But I think Bo Nix is doing really well. There's a stat that came out there that I forgot it was. It was very elite company that 20 passing or touchdowns and in 10 games with 2 less interceptions. It was like Rodgers, it was Brady, it was Manning, and there was Patty Mahomes and then Bo Nix. Kind of crazy. 49ers are bad. Packers are good. That's pretty self-explanatory. 49ers do not look good. I know they didn't have Brock Purdy, but, 10 points. Brandon Allen. I don't know who the fuck the backup is, but Packers look good. Brandon Jacobs. Who the fuck am I thinking? It's Jacobs. Josh Jacobs. There it is. Who the fuck is Brandon Jacobs? Josh Jacobs ran for 3 TDs. Hell of a game. Eagles, all I have to say is Saquon, 255 yards rushing. He was on my fantasy team. No biggie. He had 302 total yards. Fucking amazing. It was crazy to watch. And then I'm kind of dead inside still because I lost by 3 points in fantasy. I needed Justin Herbert so badly to throw 2 touchdowns Monday night. But he didn't, and I'm dead inside, so that's fine. No worries. Ravens are back. I think they're getting back. By the words, right? I think the Ravens are getting back on track. Tough loss for the Chargers, but, the Ravens are the Ravens, just what it is. I like the Ravens a lot. I think One of the teams that could beat Kansas City. I really believe it. I really, really believe it. All right, we got a hell of a slate this week. We got some games on. We got some college games on Friday. We got some college games on Thursday. We got some NFL games on Thursday. We got some game on Friday, and then Sunday. It's just we have football from. I mean, I think there's games on tonight or Wednesday night or whatever fucking night you're watching this, or listening to it. I'm on Spotify. Listen. But yeah, just football wall to wall for the next, 96 hours. 96 hours. Let's do some college games. Again, some of these games are on Friday, some of the games are on Saturday. So just be wary that I did not write it. I think we're starting there. I have 2 games for Friday night. Mississippi State at Ole Miss. Ole Miss minus 26 against Mississippi State. This is a big brother, little brother situation. Part of me really, really, really badly wants to take Mississippi State plus the 26. I think they're going to keep it close. I just think Ole Miss, you kind of just playing for you're not completely out of it. Let's just say that. I don't think a 3-loss team should make the CFP, especially not in the first year. Maybe a year or two we can kind of start debating it. But I don't even know their losses off the top of my head. I'm going to take Ole Miss, the minus 26. I think they're going to come out and fucking punch them in the mouth. Give me Ole Miss. I could be completely wrong on this one, but I mean that's a lot of points. But Mississippi State's bad. Ole Miss, I still got some faith in him. I know it's a bad loss he had last week, but just come out and fucking shit down their throat because it's Mississippi State. You should beat the shit out of them, honestly. Other game on Friday night that I have, Nebraska at Iowa. Going to be an ugly game. I'm taking my knee-jerk reaction was Iowa minus 6, so I'm just going to keep riding that. I think Iowa's experience being at Iowa. I just don't trust Dylan Raiola at Iowa yet. Maybe give him another year. I think he's going to be good. They have the coordinator change last week with Nebraska for offensive coordinator. It just doesn't scream to me. It doesn't scream Nebraska to me. I don't think they cover. I think Iowa wins by like 10 at least. I like Iowa. I do. I don't say that often. Iowa's never on this card that I have. But something screams to me Iowa. I like Iowa in this. I really, really do. Saturday, straight out of the gate, big noon kickoff, which also I'm not a fan of big noon kickoff. I'm more of a college game day guy. Just is what it is. But respect both. Michigan going to the shoe. Ohio State minus 21. When I looked at this a couple days ago, or yesterday, the day before, it was 20 or 20 and a half. So it's gone up even more. Here's the thing. This is the game. This is Yankees, Red Sox. This is Lakers, Celtics. This is the game. This is the game. This is Packers, Bears, whatever rivalry you want to put it up there with. It's up there as, a top 5 rivalry maybe in sports. And the one thing I respect about this game is that it never loses its feel. Yankees, Red Sox, early 2000s when I was growing up, I keep up with the Red Sox. I grew up kind of a Red Sox fan for some weird reason. Don't ask me why. Why? Oh, I seriously have no idea. But you saw the games, you saw them throwing pitches at each other on purpose, just beaming them. I'm still not a Yankees fan, regardless. That rivalry has kind of settled down. Don't get me wrong, they still don't like each other, but it's not like as bad as it used to be. Maybe because neither of them is. Yankees are good, but the Red Sox aren't as good. But still, nevertheless, this game always has rivalry. This game always has blood in it. I think I have to take it's Michigan for 3.5 quarters, and then it's Ohio State backdoor cover. That's exactly what's going to happen. Michigan, Ohio State, both, and then Ohio State backdoor cover. I really do. I don't think Michigan score more than 10 points, but I don't think Ohio State's going to score more than 17 or 24 at least. So we're right there. We're right around that spot. I like Michigan a lot in this. 21 so many points in a big ass rivalry game like this. It just doesn't make sense in my head. It really doesn't. I don't feel super confident about it, but that means it's a good pick. Very excited to watch that game. Tennessee at Vandy. Tennessee minus 10.5. Tennessee just hasn't looked right. They just haven't looked right since the beginning of the season. That big win over Oklahoma. That's the game that's still stuck in my head. I don't remember if they covered that game, but that game is still stuck in my head, and I can't get it out. And I keep thinking of that team, that is who's going to come out and play on this field, but it's not. It's really not. And they weren't even that good in that game. It's the fact that Vandy's kind of on a good winning streak right now. Give me Vandy plus the 10.5. Give it to me. Notre Dame at USC. Kind of a weird rivalry game, right? Or not weird, but it's a rivalry game. Not as historic as it used to be because Notre Dame's still pretty good and USC's ass right now. Notre Dame's minus 7.5. I have this as upset alert for Notre Dame. Just because it is a rivalry and it's at USC, Notre Dame just kind of got disrespected last week with the line for the Army game, and they come out there and just flex and pump their chest and all that kind of shit. I'm going USC plus 7.5. I think USC wins this outright, honestly, but I could be wrong. Could be totally wrong. Probably am, honestly. But I like USC winning this outright. I really do. I might take a money line. Probably not, but I like the 7.5 at least. I think Notre Dame's I don't know what the fuck to think about Notre Dame, if I'm being honest. They're okay. I just don't want to see them in the playoff. I really don't. They don't belong. They do not belong. They're good, and then they're not. They're good, and then they're not. It's just the inconsistency. Maybe not inconsistency, but the fact that they lost to Northern Illinois. That's the game that's still stuck in my head too. Just like Tennessee, I have these early season games stuck in my head. I hate watching Notre Dame. I hate watching games on Peacock or NBC. I am not a fan. I don't know the announcers' names. I like one of them. I don't know his name. I can picture his face. I just don't like the way it's ran. I like Sunday Night Football, but I don't like the Cruise. I don't know what it is about the Cruise on NBC. Just not for me. Seems too professional, where we see the other teams on Fox or CBS or ESPN, they're letting loose a little bit, having some jabs, NBC, just straightforward suit and tie, no comments, nothing. I don't know. It's a personal thing, I think. I love Sunday Night Football, but college football does not belong on NBC, in my opinion. And Notre Dame got paid. Whatever. I'm going down a rabbit hole. I'm not going down it. Give me USC plus the 7.5. Auburn at Bama. Bama minus 11.5. Give me the 11.5. If the roles were reversed, if this was in Auburn and Bama was favored by, it'd probably drop to 6.5. I would take Auburn because they just win those games. Auburn's not good, but again, if it was in Auburn, anything can happen, especially in an Iron Bowl game. Give me Bama. They're going to bounce back. They're probably going to beat the shit out of Auburn, if I'm being honest. I have Oklahoma at LSU. LSU minus 6. LSU is. I'm not a Brian Kelly fan. Actually, am I a Brian Kelly fan? Not really. Again, he's a good coach, but is he? I don't know. Oklahoma coming off a massive win over Bama. Also, I kind of just glossed over it. Bama's probably out of the playoff too. That's a third loss. What do? Are you going to leave Bama out of the fucking college football playoff? The first 12-teamer? You're probably going to have to, which is crazy. Which means there's another door open for Notre Dame. Whatever. Give me LSU minus 6. Only because Oklahoma's coming off this big win over Bama, riding that high all week, like, oh, we're fucking, if we can beat Bama, we can beat LSU. I don't think you're gonna go into the swamp and beat LSU, brother. I promise you that. I who's playing quarterback for Oklahoma? I can't keep up with it anymore. I really can't. I'm done with it. I'm just fucking who's slinging the rock for Oklahoma? I can't do it. LSU -6. Big game. Texas at Texas A&M. Texas -5.5. Here's how the game's gonna go. Boring. Second quarter, late second quarter. Texas is gonna go score once. They're gonna get another possession, score twice, and then A&M's gonna keep it around for a second. Texas is gonna take off in the second half. Give me Texas -5.5. That might be my favorite play on this board, if I'm being completely honest with you. Oh, I love that Iowa bet. I really, really do. I love that Iowa -6. Texas -5.5. And then the last game I have, this shouldn't be happening. Florida at Florida State. Florida's -14.5. This isn't as big a rivalry as it used to be. Florida favorited by 14.5 points. You're telling me Florida State's two touchdowns worse than Florida? Florida's not good. Florida is, they're not good. I know they've kind of figured things out here late. I haven't watched Florida State since that first game when they were in Ireland. I see Florida State on TV. I'm looking the other way. I'm looking at fucking, I don't even know, Central Michigan versus Eastern Michigan. I don't know. I'm not watching Florida State. I can promise you that much. The only thing that's hooking me onto Florida State right now is are they good? Are they okay? Is Florida 2 touchdowns in Florida State? It's at Florida State. I don't know why I put this on here, so I didn't have an even number of games. I want the odd number, so we're gonna go Florida. I don't like that at all. We're going Florida -14.5. All right, that's college. It's a pretty good slate. I mean, not amazing. You know what? Looking at it again, it's a pretty good slate. I mean, I like all these picks. I might fuck around and go 9-0. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 picks. I might go 9-0. The crazier shit has happened. A couple of them I can tell you I'm not going 9-0. Let's get to NFL. Again, I went 7-6 in NFL last week. We got a few games on Thursday for Thanksgiving. We got a Friday game. We got a Sunday morning, afternoon, and then a Sunday night and a Monday night. Love it. I love it. I wish we had a little, one more in the afternoon instead of just the 3. Whatever. It's Thanksgiving week. Hopefully you don't have to fucking work this week. I got Thursday, Friday off. I'm fucking excited. Football. Thursday, Bears at Lions. Lions -10. I haven't bet against the Lions in a very long time. If this was in Soldier Field, you could probably sway me that the Bears might be able to cover. But it's not. It's in fucking Ford Field or whatever the fuck it is, Detroit. Give me the Lions -10. These are fucking gross games. Giants at Dallas. Dallas -3.5. It's got to be Dallas, right? It has to be Dallas. I know Cooper Rush is probably riding an incredible high right now about beating the Commanders on the road, but let's come back down to earth, Cooper Rush, please. I need you to win this game and cover. Who's playing for the Giants? Who's starting quarterback? Who fucking knows, right? It should be Drew Lock, in my opinion. If Drew Lock plays, I like Drew Lock. He was here in Denver. He did good. He did okay. I want to see the guy play, but it's a big difference between Daniel Jones and Tommy DeVito. Tommy DeVito can come in and throw a couple slants and hand the fucking ball off, okay? Drew Lock can stand in there and throw some passes. Okay. I know what we thought. I know what we saw last year with fucking Tommy DeVito. But come on, man. If it's true, I mean, honestly, if Drew Lock wins, if Drew Lock plays, I want the Giants to win. I don't care if they cover or not. I want the Giants to win. I'm not a Dallas fan, regardless. But as of right now, as of fucking 6:34 on Tuesday night, I'm taking Dallas minus 3.5. Subject to change, maybe. If it changes, I'll make sure I'll write it down. Dolphins at Packers. Packers minus 3.5. It's going to be cold as shit in Lambeau Field. That offense for Miami does not travel well in cold weather. Speed slows down in cold. That's what we were taught as kids. I don't know. I remember playing Little League football, and it was like, oh, he's not as fast in the cold. We all get stiffer as we get cold. I mean, he's still quick. He's still fast. He's still faster than me. But that's a theory that translates into the NFL as well. Probably not accurate, but nevertheless, we're going Packers minus 3.5. I like Jordan Love. I really do. I had him as a dark horse as MVP this year. Hasn't worked out, obviously, with the injuries and just throwing some picks here and there. But if the Dolphins figure a way to win this game, that makes things tough on the Packers. That really, really does. Dolphins could find their way into a wild card spot. If they win out, they could find their way into a wild card spot. Some other shit would have to happen, obviously. But they could. So 3 home favorites Thursday. Hate it. I hate when that happens. It's going to be the Giants that screw me over. I don't know. Any of those teams, hypothetically, any of those teams could work. Let's go to Friday. Raiders at Chiefs. Chiefs minus 12.5. It's in Arrowhead. I hate betting with the Chiefs. I really do. For my own moral sake and for my own fact that I'm a Broncos fan and he's in division. And, sorry, I'm just looking at the Nuggets hat. This is an ugly game, but somehow, some way, the Raiders are going to cover. Actually, fuck, are they? But this is what I'm talking about. The Chiefs almost just lost to the Panthers. We almost beat the Chiefs 2-3 weeks ago. We just beat the Raiders and covered by 6. So how is this line 12.5? It doesn't make sense to me. I think I have to go 12.5 plus 12.5. Give me the Raiders plus 12.5. I don't like that. I don't even want to watch that game. I really don't. Sunday morning, I'm going to though. I have to. Sunday morning, Chargers at Atlanta. Chargers minus 2.5. Chargers going to Atlanta seems weird. Seems like a weird game that's happening. Don't see this one often. Atlanta coming off a bye. Chargers coming off a tough loss on Monday night. I want to believe in Atlanta. I really do. I really want to believe in Atlanta. I think the Chargers team travels very well. It's the Chargers. It's the Chargers. Give me the Chargers minus 2.5. Kirk Cousins can go out there and throw the rock for 400 yards. But that defense for Atlanta isn't doing a damn thing. Why say dang? That Atlanta defense isn't doing a damn thing. Chargers more well-rounded, in my opinion. Again, I like Kirk Cousins. I like Bijan. I like all the weapons on offense. But they have no defense. Steelers at Bengals. I don't really care about. Actually, I do. It's the next game. That game. That's whatever. Steelers at Bengals. Bengals minus 3 coming off a bye. The Bengals defense just isn't good. That's what's hanging me up on this game. That's what's hanging me up on this game because the Steelers, we talked about it earlier. Russ can turn around and hand the ball off. Boo, do. Hand the ball off. Take the shot. And he's probably open. George Pickens is probably open right now. I'm going to take the Bengals here for 2 reasons. I think that Joe Burrow is going to come out and sling the fucking rock, and my level of, I'm not going to say hatred, my level of dislike towards Russell Wilson, I hope the guy's successful, okay? He's made millions and millions and millions, hundreds of $millions. Broncos are probably still paying him millions of dollars. It's just, I like Joe Burrow, but I like Russell Wilson. I can't bet on Russell Wilson to win a fucking game. Like, if this was 8-9 years ago, sure, I'd probably bet on Russell Wilson. But we live in the present moment, Russell Wilson. I can't bet on you, brother. Cardinals at Vikings. Vikings minus 3.5. Cardinals are weird, man. They were on a 4-game winning streak. You lose one to the Seahawks on the road. I guess I kind of get it. Division rival. The Vikings need to get Justin Jefferson involved. I mean, what's his name? Had a great game last week. I can't think of his Jordan Addison. He had a great game last week. Do the Cardinals bounce back or the Vikings continue to roll? Not even roll. I wouldn't even say roll. Do the Vikings continue to find ways to win? I'm going to take the Cardinals again. I wasn't mad about it. This is one of those games where it's like, okay, Cardinals, you don't cover. You get blown out. I'm done with you. I got to throw you to the side like the Jets. Jets are coming up. Jets are coming up. I can't take them. I can't take them. But we'll talk about it. Colts going to the Pats. I love this game. For a few reasons. It feels like an old school game. Manning, Brady era kind of gives that vibe of like, oh, fucking rivalry. We're going to see some pregame shit probably. Indy is favored by 2.5. If Anthony Richardson is playing this game, I'm going to take the Pats. But this feels like a Joe Flacco game. This feels like a Flacco game because he's gonna go into Boston, and he's probably gonna not beat the shit out of the Pats. But the Pats are not good. Okay, Indy shouldn't be favored almost a field goal over anyone. They should be a fucking pick'em game. I'm going Pats plus 2.5. I really am. I don't love that pick. If Flacco plays more than 2 quarters, give me the Colts. But if he plays less than 2 quarters, if he plays less than half a game, give me the Pats. Seahawks at Jets. Seahawks minus 2. Terrible timing on this one. Terrible timing on this one. Let's break this down. This is what we do on here. Seahawks just beat the Cardinals. Seahawks just before the Cardinals, they beat the 49ers. Are the 49ers good? No. I said they were bad. Are the Cardinals good? They're okay. They're good. Okay. They're good K. Oh, good? They're okay good? I don't know. So that makes the Seahawks okay. That makes them okay. I think that's how it works. The Jets are not good. I've tried. Okay? I can't do them. I just can't do them. I'm addicted to Aaron Rodgers. That's really what it is. I think he's great. I think he's phenomenal. It's nostalgia to watch him throw a ball to Devontae Adams. I'm surprised Randall Cobb's not out there again. I like those running backs. I liked Breece Hall. I forgot the other one's name, number 0. Jets defense sucks. How's the weather going to be? How's the weather going to be in New York or New Jersey? I have to take the Jets. I have to take the Jets. I don't like it. I don't like it, even though I said I was done with them. But I got to win some games, you know? This is the ultimate test. This is it right here. If they lose this game, if they don't cover this game, it's 2 points. If they don't cover this game, or they have to win. If they don't win this game, no matter who they play, I have to go against them. Rest of the season, I have to go against them if they lose this game. I can't. This is it. This is the last hurrah. And if they win this game, we could find ourselves in these positions again. I'm not going to fade them all the time, but this is one of those positions where it's like, I think, Luca, hey, stop. Dog is looking at my bed, dude. Stop. There you go. Lay down. But this is one of those positions where it's like, it's got to be the Jets. They have to win. They have to. I don't think they're going to. See? Those words almost just came out of my mouth. Fuck it. Let's just ride with it. Titans at Commanders. Commanders minus 5.5. Titans, Will Levis. You know who Will Levis reminds me of? Now I'm not old enough to recognize this, but I kind of just see like old clips of him, and it's like Will Levis, young Brett Favre. Like, is that a good correlation? Just fucking rocket arms. Who cares where this ball goes? If it's a mistake, live with it. Commanders need to bounce back. They need to bounce back. But the Cliff Kingsbury cycle, we're in full effect of it. If you go back to him at USC, if you go back to him at Arizona, his teams, his offenses start out real hot, and then they come down to earth very quickly. Very quickly. So is this one of those spots where it's like, are they going to fall? Like, the Titans aren't good. Their defense is pretty good. I'm going to fall for it. I'm going to fall for the fucking hook, line, and sinker. Give me the Commanders minus 5.5. I don't know if that's what you were expecting me to say, but give me the Cliff Kingsbury offense one last time. If this is it, because it's the Titans, it's like they're not going to outscore them. The only way it happens is if the Commanders' offense doesn't work. If it doesn't work and it doesn't flow properly, that's how they're going to lose this game. Texans at Jags. Jacksonville is dead. Is Trevor Lawrence ever going to play football again? Probably, but not this season. Maybe he plays this week. I don't know. I really don't. I have no pulse on the Jaguars. They are so far out of my visual that I kind of forgot they were on the board today. I'm not even going to lie to you. I don't like them. Give me Houston minus 5. I'm not in love with this pick because I've been talking a little shit about CJ Stroud. I'll say it. The way he played last year, and you can kind of relate this to Bo Nix this year. The way he played last year was phenomenal. We expected him to ascend to this next level right away. I really hope he does because I do think he is phenomenal. I think he is really, really good. It's just, it's called a sophomore slump for a reason. You're not going to be that guy right away this early. So I really want him to believe. I'm still believing in Trevor Lawrence. That's how fucking stupid I am. I want CJ Stroud to be really good. I just don't think he's having the best year. I think everyone expected him to be in the MVP conversation. I think everyone expected him to be like, they need to have kind of the same record as the Chiefs right now, 10 wins, 9 wins. I think they got 6 or 7 wins right now. They're going to win their division. It's a fucking easy division. So yeah, I just don't know how that flows. I don't love this pick. I really don't, but the Jacksonville Jaguars are that bad. That's what I believe in my heart of hearts. Texans minus 5, and I think Nico Collins is back finally. I think he was back last week. Either way. Rams at Saints. I wish I had the over written on my card right now, but I don't. I'm going to take the Rams minus 2.5. I want to say it was like 42.5. I think this over is going to hit. 2 quarterbacks that love playing fucking throwaway ball. I love Matthew Stafford. I really do. He's fucking phenomenal. But it's just this game screams weird to me. It's weird. It's a weird game. I can see Derek Carr coming out here and throwing 3 picks. I can see Matthew Stafford throwing for 3 picks. Run game's going to be mid. Defenses are going to be questionable, but the points. I think so. And I think the guy who has the ball left, I think will be Matthew Stafford. I think Derek Carr is going to drive down the field, get a field goal because he's going to shit the bed. And then Matthew Stafford is going to drive down the field, either get him in the field goal range to win the game or throw a game-winning touchdown. That's just how it's going to go. Matthew Stafford has the most fourth quarter comebacks in the last, I think, 10 years. Something like that. I think he's 1 or 2, something like that. Give me the Rams minus 2.5. I don't like that game. Bucks at Panthers. Tampa's got to fight for something. Give me the Bucks minus 6. I don't think lightning strikes that quick twice for the Panthers. I think they're going to kind of get steamrolled like how the Bucks did it last week to the Giants. Yeah. Probably my favorite game. These last 3 games are very important games. We got the last afternoon game. We're here. We got Eagles at Baltimore. Baltimore -3. Where do we want to start? Baltimore, I said they were back. I think they are back. I think they're a really good team. I think, you got to run the ball. Lamar can throw the fucking rock. He can stand in the pocket and throw. He can get on the run and throw. You got Derrick Henry running the ball. Their defense, again, I said this a couple weeks ago, they have a bunch of dudes on defense. It's just not flowing like dudes. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't even know if I know what I mean. It's just not connecting. Like, they got Roquan. Roquan was out last night. Kyle Hamilton. I'm forgetting another one, but they got a bunch of guys on defense. The Eagles, they have fucking Saquon, and they have Jalen Hurts. Like, this is a great game. This is a great measuring stick game. That's what this is. Are the Ravens that good? Are they are they gonna have their holes be seen? I'm looking for a certain word. That sounds weird, but you know what I mean. Are their holes gonna be seen? I don't know. But for both teams. The Eagles defense is okay. It's pretty good, but I don't think they've faced anyone like Lamar yet. Eagles got to run the ball. I mean, both teams can run the ball. Both teams can kind of throw the ball. It's gonna be interesting. I'm very this game I'm probably most excited for on this entire board. You have to make a pick, Bryce. I don't fucking know who I want. Who are you gonna pick? I don't. I'm gonna go Baltimore -3. I hate doing that one because I bet against the Eagles last week and they fucking burnt me with the Rams. The Rams are bad. Not bad. They're just not as exciting as the Baltimore. I think this game could really go either way. That's it. I like this game a lot. I'm very excited for this game. But give me the Ravens -3. Sunday Night Football, 49ers at Buffalo. Buffalo coming off a bye. This is either go down swinging or show that you got some fight left and you can make a run. That's what this game is. Is Brock Purdy playing? I have no idea. I don't think it matters. I think this is a much larger issue than just Brock Purdy. I think everyone's kind of been slow to go. One step slow. I kind of just made that one up on the run, slow to go. They've just been a step slow all week or all year. I mean, getting Christian back helps, but Debo hasn't looked the same. Brock Purdy, I mean, they're just battling injuries left and right. Are you going down swinging and showing that you have some fight left and maybe make a late push and maybe squeak into the playoffs? That's what this 49ers team can do. I don't think they will because Buffalo's coming off a bye. Buffalo's getting healthier. Buffalo just came off beating the Chiefs 2 weeks ago. So I like Buffalo by a touchdown here. This feels like a huge stat game for Josh Allen. He's going to throw for 250. He's going to have 3 touchdowns. Amari Cooper, Dalvin Cook, he's going to have one. Maybe Dalton Kincaid. Keon Coleman could have one. I don't know. I like Buffalo a lot this game. Maybe that's why you should fade me on this one, but here we go. Last game, Monday night. Browns at Broncos. Broncos -5. I like Jameis Winston. I really do. I have a question for the crowd. Please let me know. Comment, whatever you got to do. Comment, tweet, who gives a shit. Follow, DM, I don't care. Like, subscribe, please. Like and subscribe, please. But I was having this conversation with my friends. How bad is Daniel Jones? Ask yourself that question. I mean, if you watch football, you're watching the show, you're like, you're a fucking idiot, Bryce, or you're like, oh, I kind of agree with the guy a little bit. How bad is Daniel Jones? Just as okay? I think he is really bad. And the guy got paid. Shout out Daniel Jones. You made millions of dollars for 6 years going out there playing football. I think he is really bad. I think he'll be an okay backup. I don't know if he'll be a backup. I really don't. I mean, someone might take. I read a report earlier. Some teams were looking at him. Ravens are one of them, and was it the Eagles? I don't know. Would he fit in 49ers offense? He might. I don't know. How bad is Daniel Jones? I think he's really bad. If him and Jameis were to have a open competition for a quarterback spot, fuck the team, fuck with the environment, whatever it is. Let's just say head to head. Is it a large gap? Is Jameis going to win by a large gap, or are they closer together? I think Jameis is better by far. I don't think it's a question. I think Jameis has a good arm. I think Jameis is smart. Daniel Jones is a better runner, sure, but like from a true QB perspective, I think it's Jameis by a mile. Maybe not a mile. How about half a mile? Half a mile is still a pretty big gap. It's not like a stone's throw away. I don't think Daniel Jones or Jameis Winston is a stone's throw away from each other. I think there is a large gap between the two. Let me know what you think. If not, tell me to go fuck myself. I don't care. I'm Denver -5. I think I'm going to this game. Monday Night Football. Big game. I think we're wearing our white helmets. Uniform boost always helps. That's at least worth 2 points, and we were already worth 3 off the bat, so put it on 2. That's 5. Don't get me wrong, the Browns are no joke. They're a feisty team. Our defense is really good. It's Jameis Winston, though. He's gonna fucking let it rip a couple times. Who knows? But I'm taking. If I'm going to the game, I have to bet the game. I have to take the Broncos -5. That's just what it is. I think that line will actually come down a little bit because people are like, Bo Nix, rookie quarterback, versus Jameis Winston, coming off beating the Steelers. You see the logic in there? I don't know. I've been rambling too much. Like, comment, subscribe, follow. I am on Spotify. Throw me a follow, whatever you got to do. Leave a comment. I don't know. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Next week.